When I first moved to the city, I started dating a girl who was a vegetarian. And that was difficult for me. Being from upstate New York in kind of a rural area, I can't spell a big word like vegetarian. I've been thinking about getting a nose job. It's just there are no perks to having a real big nose. I thought after puberty I'd have a heightened sense of smell, but that's not the case. The only perk I've ever experienced is when I was outside, someone asked me at the time, and I laid on my back and became a human sundial. There's another part of my body I can do that with. Oh yeah, my arms. I've discovered that there's a fine line between cuddling and holding someone down so they can't get away. A lot of people say, Brian, you look a lot like your dad. And I often say, thank you, he looks a lot like him too. And growing up was tough. I had an abusive father. I don't know why that's funny. He was abusively awkward. He would say things and do things, I'd be like, why, Dad? I remember in middle school I was fooling around with my girlfriend, and he came downstairs in the basement after we had just finished up, and he goes, hey kids, what are you doing? Why are you both so sweaty? Why does the room smell like tuna fish? Growing up, people always told me, Brian, you're such a smart ass, when I was young. And until I was 10, I actually thought your brain was located in your ass. Which made the phrase crapping your brains out make a lot more sense. It made it tough to ride a bike because I always wore a helmet. There's a lot of gorgeous women in New York City, and there's a lot of gorgeous women here tonight. And it's a great part about living in New York City, the women. And I don't often go to clubs, but I went to a dance club and I saw this one girl and she was gorgeous. She gave off this energy about her that was just beautiful. She was dancing kind of by herself in the middle of the club, and she started spinning around, and I realized that woman only had one arm. But I thought, how brave of her to go out and live her life, and regardless of the card she's been dealt, and just forget her handicap and try to be happy. And I was so moved that I was going to go over and dance with her. But the YMCA came on, and I got awkward. She danced. It wasn't really the YMCA, it was more like a -N_/. Thank you. What are you doing? Playing Kanye? I have like two more jokes. That's okay. No, I do like to get in other medias, other things I like to do to explore the world of comedy and explore the world. And I can actually talk when there's no microphone. But I'm writing children's books now, and it's because I grew up with a learning disability. I was very ADD. I had to go to separate rooms to take tests, and I thought, there aren't enough children's books for those types of kids that are, having a hard time learning and growing up. So I kind of trying to bring out my own brand of it. I have 3 out right now. The first one is for kids with dyslexia. We made a regular book and then cut it up and moved around all the pages. So it doesn't make sense to us, but to them, it's a beautiful book about a boy who finds his dog. The other one, the second one we're working on is one for kids with ADD. It's called Look at the Duck. Oh, something shiny. And then the third one that we got kind of out right now is called Why Do I Have 11 Fingers? And it's about a girl named Susie whose parents are cousins. But I love New York City. I've been here for almost 2 years now, and I've learned a lot. I can go anywhere on the subway now. I deal with landlords, which isn't fun. I can know the good places to eat, cheap places to shop. I make that sound when I say shop. The other one is I discovered that bestiality is not the ability to turn into an animal on command. Something very different. Don't look it up because it will ruin your relationship with your dog. That's another sad truth, because I'm from upstate and I've always had dogs in our house. We have big yards and we can let them out, and I've realized that right now in my life I couldn't get a dog because my apartment's a little small. But are there any dog owners here tonight? No? Well, you understand. The worst part about it is the shit. It's a different, we open up the door and the dogs go out, they poop, and then they come back, and that's how that procedure goes. If you're in the city, you gotta go and walk them at 6 in the morning, because that's when every dog needs to poop. And then you go out, and you only have a bag, and you're, picking it up. And there's a million people in New York City. There's a parade going by that day while you're picking up this pile of dog shit. And the thing is, as a guy, you can meet so many women. You don't even have to say anything. Women will come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, I love your dog." And you're like, "That's fantastic. I love your wreck. Let's keep talking." But the thing is, no one's cool, no one's suave when they're picking up a pile of dog shit. You can't be like, "You think that's big?" Nothing you do is going to say that. Really quick, it's come towards the end of the show, and I want to get one plug in there for a great charity group that my family's just gotten involved with. It's called Homes for Little People. We just adopted a herd of midgets, and it's tough work. It's rewarding. They graze in the backyard. They shit everywhere. You wouldn't think little people can shit that much, but they can. And we try to cage train them, but it's tough. But it's sad because, as most of you know, I mean not right now, but I'm looking upon the winter, and as you know, midgets migrate for the winter, and then they come back for St. Patrick's Day. So, the winter's going to come and I'm going to miss them, but then they'll be back. I shouldn't get too upset about it. I'm single now, believe it or not, with this brain. I'm single now, and it's tough, and it kind of brings me back to when I think about what my father first said to me about women. He said, "Brian, you've met the one when you are so comfortable around that person that you can be yourself. You can don't have to hide who you are, and you feel comfortable enough to fart next to them." And that's why whenever I meet a beautiful woman, I always pass gas, so she knows I'm looking for a long-term relationship. And I'm sorry, it's tough because I found that with my last girlfriend, and I remember we'd be sitting on the couch, and I would fart, and she would go, "Did Brian make a fluffy?" And I would go, "Brian made a fluffy. Oh, I'm sorry. I was not going to let that get to me." Okay, we're fine. And you really can't get upset because, like Adam said, the world didn't end. And that's fantastic because, it almost did, and it's not. So as bad as it gets, you'd be like, "Hey, we're still here. The world didn't end." So now I'm better. And actually, to end the show, I was hoping that you guys could help me out. I have a bucket list also in my journal. And there's things that you can do on a bucket list by yourself, but there's things you have to do with an audience or people. So if you don't mind, just really quick, we can finish things up and finish up my bucket list that I have here. Okay, and it's just a few things I have to do with an audience. The first one is do stand-up comedy. Done. Okay. The second one is, brag about something important. Now, I couldn't bring it because it's so valuable, but just the other day, I got a signed picture of Justin Bieber out on 42nd Street for only $10. I mean, I'm not going to bring that here because someone's going to take it. I've never been so proud of anything in my life. This one's interesting. I've never had this opportunity. Propose to a woman. Is there anyone that would mind if I proposed to you and start a life with you? We only have 2 months to live because October is when we're all going to die now, apparently. No one? No women? No, that's fine. It's fine. 2 months to live and I still can't get a date. No, that's fine. The next one is plan wedding. It's fine. This one's good. I've never been racially oppressed. So if someone could say something racial to me, that would be great, and it doesn't mean as much when it comes from the white people. So if I could get someone to say something racial to me, I just want to know what it feels like. Could you say something racist to me, please? Call me a racist name. Fine, the white people can now join in and call me a racist name. I've never experienced this. Someone say something racist at me.
Shut up, honky!
Thank you! Honky, that's a good one.
Grits?
Grits?
No, grits.
Oh, cracker, thank you. Jeez.
On the bread.
Get naked for an audience.
Save that for the next one.
I've actually, this is me naked right now. This is what I wear to bed. Okay. And then this one is say goodbye and say thank you very much for coming out tonight. Thank you very much. There's more alcohol, so and the Roots are playing, so feel free to. And Addis and I are going to go to a peep show if anyone wants to do that, and see some shit I've never seen before. Thank you.